We are at my crib in Bushwick. I'm not going to give the exact address, but we're in the studio. My name is Rivan. I'm a rapper and singer originally from Burlington, Vermont, now living in Brooklyn.
So you're originally from Burlington, but eventually made your way over to Brooklyn. Tell us about what it was like growing up in Burlington.
Yeah, it was real calm, not a lot of diversity. That's one of the main reasons I moved here. I wanted to be around some cool, creative, unique individuals like myself. Yeah, Burlington was like real quiet growing up. There's a lot of really nice people. It's a pretty progressive city. Not like a crazy big hip hop scene. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to move here. There's a lot of younger artists there that are just doing their thing right now, but when I was coming up, wasn't too many. There was a lot of punk bands though, and I would throw basement shows at my crib because I lived in like the college area. It's kind of a college town. It would be me, a couple other rappers, and some punk bands, and we would just be going crazy in the basement, you know what I mean? Just like frat vibe, like just party scene, yeah.
How old were you when you started making music?
I believe I was about, I want to say 16 or 17.
And when you first started, like, who were the people that you were listening to?
I started out doing poetry before I made music. This gentleman, Rajni Edens, he leads some of the poetry workshops in Burlington. He came to my school when I was a sophomore, and we did a poetry unit, and I was really moved by it. I'd never done any poetry sort of stand-up stuff like that before. And he started putting me on his diversity showcases that he had at this place called the Lamp Shop. But I started off very lyrical with my music. Once I moved away from poetry, I was on my like J. Cole stint, you know what I mean? But I've always listened to lots of different types of music. A Tribe Called Quest is the first group that really like I clung to in hip hop. That's I have a boom bass sort of root for my music, you know?
Tell me about that creative process. Since you started off doing poetry, would you say that writing's a huge part of like how you get your stuff out, or is it more off the dome?
Yeah, I'm a writer. I can't freestyle that well. I used to freestyle when I was back in Vermont. I had a car, so I could listen to like Madlib beats and drive around and just freestyle for hours. But I've always been a writer for my songs. Sometimes it hits me, I can write really, really quick, like 20 minutes, just bang out a whole song. Sometimes it'll be months, you know. Lyrics have always been something that I think I'm very good at, but I don't really care about lyrics in music too much, I will say. When I listen to music personally, I listen to the voice as a sonical instrument rather than just trying to dissect everything. But I know to be the best rapper, you gotta be good at both, so.
Do you have any advice for someone that doesn't feel like they're that good at writing or doesn't enjoy it?
Take out as many likes and as you can, you know? It makes it a little more unique when you're spitting your bars. Oh, I'm like this in a game. Like, just say you are the thing, and it makes it so much more impactful. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
You've got these monthly showcases that you're doing right now, and I just want to know a little bit more about why you decided to start it and where the idea came from.
yeah, man, I've been putting on my own shows for a long time now. I started out in Vermont, and then I started doing them earlier last year, 2024, because I can't get booked for shit by other people. So I've started doing my own showcases so that I could get booked, my friends could get booked, and it's just really helped build community for me. I'm able to learn a lot from other performers when I put on my own shows, and I really do love like the art of curation, from everything to putting together the posters, like I do my own graphic design, to just getting the acts their day of, and we kind of just go up on stage and like we just do our thing, you know what I mean?
Are there any memorable moments from any of these events?
I mean, the first show that we just did on Friday, the first Me and Mine event, it went exactly how I wanted to go. I was able to bring like so many cool New York rappers that I've become friends with over the past couple years, and to see their friends pop out and make friends with the other rappers' friends, make friends with my friends. I had some homies that live here now that are from Vermont, like chopping it up with New York people, and it's like, it just warms my heart, man.
What would you say fuels your drive to create?
It's just the only thing that I am kind of good at. Like, I've never been good at math. I've never been good at science. You know, I can't, like, for the life of me, if you give me a really mundane task, I can't stick to it. I need the creative aspect to push me and keep me engaged.
What do you think, or what would you say influences you outside of music?
I watch a lot of TV and a lot of movies. I just love visuals. Like, A lot of my writing and my vocal deliveries, I feel like, you could see like a music video in them. Like when I write a song, in my mind there's a music video playing or a scene from a movie or a show. Like a lot of my lyrical references are to movies and shows and stuff like that.
It's actually funny because one of the questions was, what is your creative process for music and visuals? Like, what does it look like?
Pinterest. I also love Pinterest. Like, I love collage type stuff. I started doing my own videography the past year and a half or so, and I've been doing it for other people more recently. Like, as you can see in my room, I kind of really love collage-based screen print, but just more so like, I just like to live in a magazine, sort of. I don't know if that makes any sense, but just lots of eye candy. I'm really keen on eye candy. Like, my favorite thing about music videos rather than movies is that some music videos are really plot driven, but what they really push for is like those certain scenes that you've never seen before to match the lyrics. And I just love shit like that.
Do you have like a favorite project or video that you've worked on?
I think my favorite video that I've ever worked on was, I have this song called Cash that I shot with my homies Pat and Seamus. They have this thing called Holy Smokes. That's their video group. We did a Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas inspired music video. We shot like this crazy poker scene in my basement at my old crib in Vermont, and we did all these like trippy effects where I was like on the street stumbling, drinking. Like, we shot a scene where I had a gimbal attached to me, and I was walking down the street just like, oh my god, because that movie, have you seen that movie, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? It's just like a movie about these two guys that go to Vegas and just go on like a drug-induced rampage, and they're just tripping out the entire time.
What can we look forward to, and what plans do you have for the future?
Yeah, 2025, I'm gonna be doing a monthly showcase called Me and Mine. My friends just opened a venue down the street from this crib called Rabbit Hole at 513 Evergreen Ave. The next one we got is on February 7th. So that'll be a really dope opportunity. I'll be bringing out a lot of my friends that make music, and I'll be co-hosting with music discovery groups. It'll just be a really sick way to like continue building community for myself and others, and it'll be a good opportunity for me to play some unreleased stuff. Music-wise, I have a bunch of like drum and bass jungle stuff that I've been working on recently that I'm very, very excited for. I've been making some shit with my boy Matt Swain. We got some shit in the tank. I got this song with my homie Swum. Me and Cam Barnes, that's like one of my main producers, we're still cooking up. I don't know, man. I take it one day at a time.
What would you say is your mission statement, or something that you want people to know?
I would say listen and be of assistance to those in the community, other creatives. Sometimes like New York can feel like a real ruthless place, but there's a lot of really cool, kind-hearted individuals out here, and we're all just trying to see each other win. So be of service to others. That can be anything. That can be like, go film for a homie. If it's on not on like a fancy camera, it's on an iPhone. Help out with verses, like whatever you can, you know. People just want to see each other win. You can find me everywhere. Rivan on streaming platforms. That's RIVAN. Instagram, Rivan Rules. I also got a website, rivanrules.com. That's where all my shit is at. Drink water. Be safe.